I'm 3 on your side's Gary Harper. A Queen Creek man says last year during the height of the pandemic, he had some trouble making his mortgage payments. So he reached out to his credit union to see if they had some kind of mortgage deferral program. They did, but it turned out to be an $8,000 problem. It's a little hard to find, but Jason Hemphill's Queen Creek home sits on 3 acres in the desert.
It's quiet. We've got wildlife. I mean, every day, morning and evening, we have coyotes or quail or anything that we can see out further in the back of the property.
But exactly 1 year ago, during the pandemic, Jason says he had some trouble making his mortgage payments. So he contacted his credit union called 1AZ and asked if they offered a mortgage deferment program like many companies did at the time.
Yeah, it was all over. I mean, on TV and the radio, all the banks were shouting out, hey, with what's going on, the pandemic, call us. We have a deferment program. We'll take care of you.
Fortunately, Jason says 1AZ told him they had just implemented a new program that would allow him to skip a few payments with no questions or penalties.
They said, we don't know exactly the terms of everything, but pretty much you're just going to be missing some payments and we'll put them onto the back of your mortgage. And then essentially your mortgage is just X amount of months longer.
As a result, Jason skipped his mortgage payments for April, May, June, and July of last year.
And they said, we're not going to report it to the credit agency because it's something you're working with us. She called us right away, so we're working it out.
Everything was perfect, Jason says, until recently when he inquired about refinancing his house with 1AZ. They said he could, but after paying a $625 appraisal fee to get the ball rolling, bad news.
The bank comes back to me and says, we got the appraisal back, but the underwriter looks at your payment history and it shows here that you're behind X amount of thousands of dollars and these so many payments. We can't refinance you.
1AZ told Jason the only way they would allow him to refinance was if he repaid a lump sum of more than $8,000, which is the amount of his 4 missed payments. But Jason argued that those terms were never revealed when he initially accepted the deferral plan.
And it's just been a constant battle since then, with getting everything straight.
And it gets worse. While Jason has battled back and forth, interest rates continue to climb, essentially making refinancing pointless. So he reached out to 3 on your side.
You contacted me right away. I mean, I think it was actually the next day you called me and said, hey, I got your info. Let's talk about it.
I got a hold of 1AZ Credit Union, and after looking into the issue for me, they agreed to refinance Jason without coming up with more than $8,000 in those missed payments. Not only that, but they also agreed to refund his $625 appraisal fee. And finally, 1AZ locked in his interest rate at 3%, which is what it was when he initially tried to refinance.
So it was just a couple of days, and they were, apologetic and willing to work with me now. So it's great. I mean, 6 months and then 3 on your side steps in, literally 2 days and I'm getting calls from the bank apologizing and wanting to work with me.
I have to say the credit union was great to work with. Due to privacy issues, they could not give specific details on how things went wrong, but they did confirm to 3 on your side that this issue is resolved. I'm Gary Harper, 3 on your side.